I got this cute artisanal soap at a farmer's market, which means I'm gonna need a little soap saver. And I think I came up with a really fun and easy pattern that you'll enjoy. So grab your trusty Lily's Sugar and Cream cotton, and we're using a 5mm hook today. We'll start by making a small chain. Now, I aimed for my soap saver to be about a 1/2 inch wider than my 3.5 inch soap. And that required 15 chains. If your soap is bigger, then you can make a longer chain. Now, skip the first chain and make 1 single crochet in the next chain. 1 single crochet in the next chain, and continue making a total of 14 single crochets across your foundation chain. We will turn the corner to begin working stitches along the underside of our chain. So to come around, put 1 more single crochet in the same chain. Kind of tilt your work so that the underside is facing up, and work a 3rd single crochet in that same chain. Work another single crochet in the underside of the next chain, and continue working single crochets in each chain to the end. You'll have 14 on top, 14 on bottom, and we just need 1 more to match that extra single crochet at our opposite end. 30 single crochets total. Rather than slip stitching and chaining, we're going to begin working in the round in a spiral. Go ahead and work 1 single crochet right into that first single crochet, and that is the first stitch of our second round. It'll be helpful to mark the beginning of rounds since we're working in a spiral. Now you're going to go ahead and put 1 single crochet in each single crochet from the previous round. Keep working until you've completed 4 rounds total of single crochet. Now we'll start our fun puff stitch, whose open weave and scrubby texture is just perfect for a soap saver. To start the puff stitch motif, go ahead and chain 1 and actually skip that marked stitch. We'll work our first puff into the next stitch. Yarn over and insert your hook. Yarn over, pull up a loop, and try to pull those loops up a little higher. You'll thank me later. Again, yarn over, insert in the same stitch, yarn over, pull up a loop. 1 more time, yarn over, insert, pull up a loop, and moment of truth. Yarn over and pull through all 7 loops on your hook. And there's your puff. Chain 1. We can go ahead and move that marker up to the first chain or the first puff, whichever helps you keep track, and let's do another. Skip the next stitch, yarn over, insert, pull up a loop 3 times in the same stitch. Seven loops on the hook, yarn over and pull through 7. And chain 1. Skip the next stitch and continue working puff stitches along your single crochet round. When you reach your first puff, you can simply work the next puff into that first chain space that we made. And chain 1. And we mark that puff as the new first stitch of the round. And as you work in your spiral, your first stitch will always sit just behind the first stitch from the previous round. Knowing that'll help us count rounds later. But now you can continue on working puffs in each chain space between puffs from the previous round, going around and around in a spiral until you've done 5 rounds of puffs. So here I've come to my marker, and I believe I'm done. I'm going to count my puffs in a diagonal like this, and I've got 5. If I count down from my first puff, I also have 5 down to that very first puff, so that means I'm done with the puff stitch. And in this next chain space, I'm actually going to work 1 double crochet. Then into the marked stitch, I'll work a half double crochet. And then in the next space, I'll work a single crochet. Now we've kind of leveled off our spiral, and we can mark that first single crochet as our first stitch of our new single crochet rounds. Work 1 single crochet in the top of the next puff, and 1 single crochet in the chain space. Continue working single crochets in each space and each puff, so we're working single crochet in a spiral again to match the bottom of our soap saver. And while you're on round 3, go ahead and fold your soap saver flat, so you can kind of eyeball where the very center of your piece is. And you'll want to identify roughly the 3 center stitches, or the 3 between the center puff stitches. I'm going to work up to those 3 center stitches and chain 3. Skip those 3 stitches and single crochet in the next stitch, making this little gap to help with our closure. Continue around and single crochet to the back, and we'll identify the same center 3 stitches on the back of our piece. This time I will work into the first of the 3 and begin chaining our strap. You can chain as long as you need here. It'll depend on how you want to hang your soap, but I did about 15 chains. Then you'll skip 1 stitch and single crochet in the next stitch. So this makes a pretty small rope to hang your soap, so feel free to make it longer, but it worked for me. And finish your round of single crochets, and then we'll just have 1 more round to do. On this last round, work in single crochet up to your chain 3 opening, and work 3 single crochets into the chain space. Continue working single crochets up to your little rope section. And here you may work into the chains themselves. I just started working single crochets right into the large chain space. Here again, you'll work as many stitches as you did chains on the previous round, so I did 15. Complete your single crochet round. And slip stitch in the next couple of stitches before fastening off. Here's how I wove in my tail. And just like that, a super cute, practical, and handy soap saver. To close it, simply put the rope through the hole up top. Now let's put this pretty soap in there. And it fits like a glove. This way I'll be able to use every last bit of my fancy, handmade artisanal soap. I hope you enjoyed this one. I think these little soap savers will make amazing gifts, and they're perfect to sell at markets. So let me know, are you a bar soap gal or a body wash gal? And I'll see you next time. Bye!
Can I be in the video? I'm
Sure.
in the video.
Sure, babe.